Well, hey everybody, Andy Kvernen here with another Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. When I was a kid, I played basketball. I was young, I was in elementary school, and there was this other kid who was always getting the attention of the coaches, and he was a tough kid for me. He picked on me, he called me names, he was antagonistic towards me in any ways that he could be, and I always remember him getting this special attention from the coaches, and I was thinking, why is that? This kid is so mean, he hurts my feelings, I see him acting inappropriately towards other kids. Why does he get so much attention? And I remember thinking, why do the bad guys win? Why do the bad guys win? Here I am trying to be good. I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying to follow the rules. And yet it seems like this kid is getting ahead of me. And it was frustrating. And it reminds me of a tension that we often have in life, that we look around, and whether we're in business or whether we're in our education realm or whether we're out in the marketplace or thinking politics or even at the church where we wonder, it seems like those sometimes who slide under the radar with some subversive type tactics seem to get ahead. But there's this passage at the end of the book of Galatians where Paul is addressing the church, and he's saying, look, you need to stay the course in doing what God has set out for you to do, in being who God has set out for you to be. And so he says this in Galatians 6. He says, don't be deceived. This is verse 7. Don't be deceived. God is not mocked, for whatever one sows, that will he also reap. For the one who sows to his own flesh will from the flesh reap corruption, but the one who sows to the Spirit will from the Spirit reap eternal life. What's Paul saying here? He's saying, look, if you put out the things that are from the Spirit, you're going to reap the things that the Spirit has to give you. But if you sow from the flesh, if you operate from your flesh, guess what you're going to reap? You're going to reap the flesh, which is corrupt. You're going to reap corruption. You're going to have death return to you. Paul's saying, look, know this, that even those who seem to be getting ahead through things that are not of the Lord, they're going to reap what they sow. And then he goes on, he says, and let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. What's he saying? He's saying, look, don't give up doing what's right. Don't give up speaking about other people in ways that are God-honoring. In fact, Paul has a lot to say about that. He says, look, let your conversation be seasoned with salt. Let your words be edifying to those with whom you communicate. Don't give up on that. Don't resort to the tactics of the world in order to get ahead of the world. Because guess what? Those who reap according to the Spirit those who sow according to the Spirit are going to reap according to the Spirit, but those who sow according to the flesh are going to reap corruption. So let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So then, he says, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. What's Paul saying? He's saying, look, take the high road. Be the kind of person that does good to people, not harm. And even if somebody is opposing you, even if somebody you feel like is subverting the law, subverting justice, subverting just the general sense of propriety, do good to that person and do good to others even while they're not. Why? Because those who sow in corruption reap in corruption, but those who sow according to the Spirit, which is goodness, that's one of the fruit of the Spirit, goodness, to be good, to do good. Those who sow according to the Spirit reap according to the Spirit. He says, so then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. Friends, how important is it that we act Christ-like to those within our own house? If we can't do that, then what are we doing trying to reach the world? And so Paul says, look, make sure you especially do good to everyone, but especially to those who are in the household of faith. Friends, are you taking the high road today? Are you frustrated that maybe those who seem to be going the other direction, taking the low road, are getting ahead? Hang in there. Don't grow weary of doing good, and watch what God does. Watch how God works over time. It may not happen overnight. In fact, it may not happen even in your lifetime. But the promise of God Usually it does happen in your lifetime, by the way. But the promise of God is that He's the one who metes out justice, and He's the one who returns the things sown in the Spirit with the things of the Spirit. And friends, that's what we desire. We want to be about the things of God because we know that it's from God that we have the blessings of life. It is in Him that we live the abundant life, and only in Him. Let's follow Him today. Let's not grow weary in doing good. Don't grow weary in doing good today, friends. God bless you. Have a great day, and Lord willing, we'll see you again soon on the Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional.